Hey guys, this is Courtney Epps here, and I am so excited to have my amazing friend Esther Wildenberg, and she is going to be talking to us about bank code and buying behaviors. And I'm so excited to share her with the world. We have been literally talking for the last, I don't know, year and a half about having us finally get connected so we can communicate to the world what she is doing and Sherry, her wife, is doing. So I'm super excited. Esther, if you'll just tell them a little bit about yourself, that would be great.
Of course. Everybody's favorite topic is to talk about yourself.
Yes.
No, I shall keep it short. I'm Esther. I'm from the Netherlands. I moved 5 years ago to the United States to marry my wife, Sherry Tree. Together, we own the company Codebreaker Technologies. I'm the CEO. Sherry is the founder and chairman. We invented a methodology called BANK. It predicts buying behavior in 90 seconds or less. And with our AI, it's actually a nanosecond or less. So that is very in a nutshell what we do. And we love people. And that's why I also love you, Courtney. You're amazing.
I love you. And so, the great thing, I met Esther is super crazy, and she'll kind of explain, I think, how the bank codes work. But I met Esther and I saw her clothes, and I just immediately was attracted to her because of my personality type. And I'm like, I really should know this person, and I kept seeing her every day. We were actually at a GoPro event last December, and I kept seeing her every single day. And I found her on social media and I friended her, and I was like, you have got to take me shopping and share with me where you're finding these clothes at. And then someone, actually, one of my clients now, Amanda Snyder, she connected us together. And I really didn't understand what bank was and what the system was. And so, now I use it every single day of my life so that I can be a better mom, so that I can be a better wife, so that I can understand people. And we also use it when we have an interview. We use it when we have our employees. We make them take it to determine actually who they are, so what they're good at. So if you will just explain to them a little bit about what bank code is and help them understand it, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how you use it. And then my favorite part is talking about the fact that it's all tax deductible. So
I always love that piece, Courtney. That's why we are so aligned, right? Your tagline is to help people to keep it in their bank, and our tagline is take it to the bank. So take it to the bank and then keep it in your bank and then spend it wisely. Yes. So it's tax deductible. So it's a totally cool little tagging thing you're doing here. Bank stands for BANK. It's based in personality science. So it's not new. We didn't invent personality science. We all know DISC and Myers-Briggs and the color code and animals. There's so many assessment tools out there in the market. And I've been using many of them through my whole career, right? I was even certified in management drives and insights. But I also thought it was very complicated and too long. And actually, how often do you really use it besides the interview phase or when you meet someone? So when I met Sherry 6.5 years ago in Amsterdam, and she's speaking at a big conference with Tony Robbins and Les Brown and Robert Kiyosaki, I bought her program. Now, the first 10 minutes, I'm going to be honest, I thought, oh my gosh, another personality assessment, right? Because I already knew so many. And I thought, but after 10 minutes, she really intrigued me about that it was not about me. It was about the customer and why they buy. And then further in the presentation, she said, you speak in your own language, in your own code. So there's a 25% match, but also a 75% not a match. So you miss 75% of your potential revenue by just speaking in the wrong code or the wrong language. And I thought, that makes total sense why I sometimes get a no, right? And I was like, dang it. And then she said, it's only 90 seconds or less. And I thought, finally something for me. That's not taking a 45 minutes or an hour, but just chop, 90 seconds. So I signed up for her program. I went to a 2-day training. I totally loved it. One, it was very easy and simple. I could apply it right away when I went home. I adjusted how I sent emails, text messages. I started cracking codes of my whole database. That I started to see life in 4 colors. And along the way, I opened up Europe for Sherry for the bank system. I did $500,000 in sales in 6 months. And Sherry came back to Europe I said, I have a problem. You have to serve my customers because I was not a certified trainer yet. And I was not, not authorized to teach. I was just selling, right? And so she came back. We traveled through Europe for 30 days. I opened up 5 countries and we fell in love. And then, of course, the rest is history. We're married. We're going to have a baby in a few months, maybe a few weeks, because the guys cannot wait to come out. He's very anxious. So Sherry's laying flat right now. 13 weeks of bed rest. Wow. But yeah, that's the story. And so it's fast, it's easy, it's simple, and it's not about you. When you are in business, we all try to find more clients, more customers, more team members, recruit more people. The bank system is doing a few things. One, it gives you confidence, because when you know somebody's code, now you also know how to start the conversation the right way. And then 2, it really helps to communicate and connect with people based on what they value and what they like, because your product is the same product, but it can be sold 4 different ways.
Right.
And you don't have to learn a whole new language. And now we have 4 presentations. No, you just alter the way you communicate by knowing their bank code. It's really makes life so much easier. And actually, you can sign up a person in just 1 meeting instead of 3, 4, 5 or more.
I love it. Yeah. And one of the things is funny, because when we saw each other again at the women's event, which I wish the event
in Vegas right now.
Yeah.
With all the memories on Facebook coming from last year, the GoPro women's event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the great part is it was so super funny. I remember my daughter Alexis, I took her with me last year because I bring my children with me to every single personal growth and development event that I go to. Because 1, I've hired my kids. That's a tax deduction. We can spend a couple days enjoying each other, and virtually every bit of that is a tax deduction because they work for me, and then they help me along the way at the events. And so my daughter, who was, I guess Alexis she just turned 17. We're actually there celebrating her 17th birthday. And we hung out at the pool with Esther and Sherry. And Alexis has a completely different personality than me. And, I don't understand her sometimes because I'm crazy action. So I'm always on the go. I like to talk. I talk really loud. And so Alexis is very quiet. She's very timid. She's an introvert by nature. And so I don't understand her sometimes. And so Esther was literally telling me what she was about to say. And Alexis thought that she could read her mind. And the thing is that she just understood her code. And so what that has been able to do just in my personal life has been able to help me understand my children and why they do the things that they do and how they react to certain things. And what's crazy, I think just dealing with what's going on right now, Esther, me and you had this conversation last month about different personality types and how they're handling the coronavirus. So can you explain that, kind of the whole mask thing and what people are thinking right now based on their personalities?
Yeah, so the coronavirus, the funny thing, people respond based on their personality type to situations. People make decisions and respond based on what they value. So the coronavirus for blueprints is they like rules and systems structure. They don't like change. They avoid risk. They see risk in anything. So when you see the pictures of people hoarding toilet paper or have their carts stocked, it's like Christmas dinner for 100 people, that are the blueprints, because they are stocking up like World War III is happening. So they have to make sure that they're ready for months. So they are the ones who are very high level of scarcity and fear right now. And they are the ones actually who wear the mask even in their own car with all the windows up, never know what's going to happen right in my own car. And so they're the ones really panicking, and they tell you have to wear your mask when you go to the grocery store. And I forget to wear my mask. You have to wear your mask. You have to wash your hands, wear your gloves. I had a lady in front of me, and it's 6 feet difference, right? And I think I was 8 feet away from her, And then she said, you have to move backwards. It's 6 feet. I said, it is already 8 feet, but the rule is 6 feet. And I'm happy to go to 12 feet, but it's not really necessary. So but she was like panicking. Everybody around her had to move. And
I would have talked on her.
And then the actions, they don't care about the rules. Like, they don't want to wear the mask because it makes them look stupid. Actions care about their image. So, and they don't care, like, virus, are you sure there's a virus? Like, I just want to run my business. I just want to do my thing. I want to go outside. They actually, they see an opportunity maybe selling masks because they will jump on the opportunity to make money out of it. And the nurturers, they hurt really bad because they want to be with people. They love to hug. They love to cuddle. They just want to be with people, as many people as possible. So for them, it's really hard to be in the lockdown. And so what they were doing, they're the ones that you see on the internet, the picture, knitting or sewing, whatever the word is, to create a mask and then give them to the hospitals or in town to everybody. Like, they want to have serve, right? And then knowledge. They're just the happiest people on the planet right now. They're just sitting in their cave and they're just like, finally, no people. Like, they're just totally happy. And they're just looking at the data about the coronavirus. So they want to follow the statistics and the data, what's happening. And that's how people are responding to it based on their personality type. And so you and I are both action. And so what coronavirus, I just see an opportunity to build a business, keep going. I just live my life the same way, except the beaches are closed in Laguna Beach, so my dog is getting really annoyed at this point after 7 weeks lockdown. But yeah, no, I wear my mask only when they tell me I have to, and otherwise I'm not wearing it. And so it's like against the rules.
Exactly. And that's the thing, when, like, I have a son who's a nurturer, and, Esther has met him numerous times, and, he loves people. Like, he's a hugger. He's a complete nurturer. His whole goal in life is to meet people and have relationships with them. And so, we have to have every single one of these codes. And honestly, like, my husband's a blueprint. It's super funny. Like, we have a whole entire bedroom full of food. We have tons of toilet paper. We have water. We have guns. We are ready. Like, he fixed the whole entire backyard got fixed up. He planted trees, flowers. We got a gazebo with some lawn furniture. Like, everything's ready for us to just be at home forever, I think. And so it's so funny to see the differences. And me, it's like, I don't even want to focus as an action on what's going on around me. I want to focus on what I can do. And, everybody has 2 different codes that you're very strong in typically. And I'm an action and a nurturer. And so what I've been able to do is just put my head down and focus on what I can do to change the world, because I love helping people. Yeah. And so when you understand your codes and you understand other people's codes, you learn how you can work together. And, I have employees here that are knowledge. And one of my employees today, she freaked out because she was on the phone with somebody and she couldn't answer their questions. And for knowledge people, they flip out. And I was like, why don't you just tell them you didn't know? And I'll ask Courtney. And she's like, but I couldn't answer their questions. It just stressed me out. And I'm like, it's not a big deal. People can't expect you to know everything about everything. But I truly, what's so great, and I didn't understand it to begin with, kind of what Bank did and how it worked. Because me as an accountant, when someone's calling my office, they're calling to get us to do work for them. It's not like we're selling them. It's like, this is how much we charge. This is what you need to do. So I told Esther, I'm like, I don't need sales skills. Like, they already know they want us to be their accountant. But what I have had a problem with in the past, and now we're starting to fix that problem, is that I'm able to take a client, ask them to spend 90 seconds to fill out some information, to fill out their value card, so I know what's most important to them. And we can actually put them with the right employee who can actually mesh well with them. And then I've learned that knowledge people I don't do well with. So I need somebody else in my office who's willing to, who has the time to spend with these people and help them, because I don't want to lose a client only because our personalities don't match up. And so it's what has been able to do for us is take away some of the frustration to understand why in the world are these people asking me a million questions? Why do they? And then you've got ones that they want to know your system. And if you don't call them every 3 days, they think that you fell off the face of the earth. And so they freak out. And then the actions, if you call the actions once every 2 weeks, they like flip out. Like, why are you calling me? I thought you told me you didn't need me. Why are you asking me all these questions? Because it's your business and we have to ask you the information. And then the nurturers, I never should get on the phone with them only because my tone during the day, now outside hours, I'm probably a little different, but my tone during the day kind of upsets them. So talk a little bit about, what bank has done. I know it helped people not commit suicide. It's helped change relationships. It's helped with sales. And so, and especially network marketing. So the whole network marketing space is such a huge deal. And I know you have this AI that I would love for you to share with the world on what that does, because it blows my mind.
Yeah. That's 5 questions in one, but
You got it. I'm not asking again. I'm not going to ask it again.
You're so pretty, Courtney. You're great. So yeah, bank. We started off with bank-based. Just really, Sherry shop really had a hard time in network marketing. She started the network marketing business more than 20 years ago, and her first year, she only made $700 her whole year in commission. So that really sucks, right? And so, but she did all the assessment like DISC and Myers-Briggs, and then but it didn't help her to grow her income. Then she did all sales training and super Saturdays and hired a mentor. And then she went to 72,000 over a period of 5 years. Now, some people get excited about it, but she said, yeah, I cannot live on 72,000. I have bigger dreams. I want to go bigger. And she started to realize that there is nothing in the market that is actually based on buying behavior and how your customer makes buying decisions. So she just started to invent her own assessment on little 3x5 cards. You can buy at the office supply store, the white ones where you can write notes on or sort. So she had 3x5 cards and started writing notes. Every single time she talked to someone, she asked, why did you buy? Why didn't you buy? And she started to collect the information and the data, and started to build basically the 4 cards that was in the beginning like 3x5 cards, and now became little credit cards. And she handed them out every single time when she met someone, and every single time they cracked their code and gave the cards back in the order based on their buying behavior. Because Sherry asked, hey, do me a favor before we start our conversation. Please sort these cards in order so I can serve you better and save us both some time. And people did it all the time. And then suddenly her business went over from 72,000 next year to $500,000. Wow. And then she trained her downline on it. 200 people only out of her team, not everybody. And then she went over $1 million. And then the rest is history. And then everybody asked, hey, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Can you teach me? Can you teach me? And then Sherry left her network marketing company. And she started to build the bank system as a real system and training, so she could help many more people than just her own team, right? So that's how it started. So her background, it was invented in the network marketing industry. But then when Sherry started to sell it, then suddenly every entrepreneur, business owner wanted it. Every single human being wanted it. So we're actually serving many industries, but Sherry's heart has always been in the network marketing space. So over the past years, we evolved from just being a training company now for being a technology company, and actually a very innovative, cutting edge technology company. And Sherry spoke at different universities: Harvard University, San Francisco State University, UC Berkeley. We spoke at UCLA, UCI, and we published a white paper that really validates that bank predicts buying behavior in 90 seconds or less, and that we're the only one in the world. We're unique, and it works, right? So they proved it worked. And then last year, we did 2 things. One, we did a research for the direct sales network marketing industry. for people who use bank and network marketing. We did a study for a year, and the results, and I'm going to show you, it's like when people use bank in the network marketing industry to recruit customers, their increase is 86%. When they use the bank system to recruit new affiliates or distributors, it increases to 192%. So we have a whole research about it. And so now it's proven, so nobody can argue anymore that it works, because we already know it works. But the network marketing industry has sometimes their own rules. So we decided to do a study and publish a white paper that proves that the people in the network marketing industry are using the bank system, the training and the technology, have better results than if they don't. And so it's in the paper, it's proven. And then right after that, we were published in Forbes with our artificial intelligence. They call it the future of sales. We're the first and only artificial intelligence in the world that is powered by bank, and it can predict buying behavior in a nanosecond. And how that works is any text message, social media post, email, LinkedIn profile, website copy, brochure text, you put it in the AI, click, and it shows the bank code, and then exactly how to communicate and connect with that person and how to get the yes. So that is what we launched last year. And since that moment, we actually have been having a lot of traction in the network marketing industry. We're talking to a lot of network marketing companies. We also rolled out in a few network marketing companies as a product for the distributors to use to get more customers, to recruit more distributors, but also to work on the rank advancement, their leadership skills, and retention to keep the customers and keep their team members. So that has been amazing, and just excited to see how many companies are actually talking to us right now, because they're ready for something new. And we have not just training, we have also the technology that helps them with lead generation, like the bank pass lead generation tool that cracks the code in 90 seconds or less. One, it cracks the code and it gives you their bank code, their name, and their contact information, so you know how to communicate with them. And at the same time, it's lead generation. You can post it anywhere to get leads for your business, so you not have just a lead, you have a lead with a bank code, and we tell exactly to you how to communicate with that person, how to connect, and how to get the yes. So it becomes so powerful. And then the AI, if you're really lazy, does all the work for you. So there's more for the A's.
And I've seen that as far as the AI goes, the great thing is you can input data from anywhere, Facebook, email, text message, whatever. You can input that into their AI. It will tell you their personality and how to actually communicate with that person. And then you can respond back. You can actually put in the AI what you would want to say back. And it will actually tell you whether or not you're going to trigger that person to want to be a part or want to buy from you, or whether you're going to tripwire them to have, to not want to buy from you. And so, I think one of the biggest things is being in sales forever. And let's face it, whether you think you're in sales or not, you are. If you have a job, if you're
married, if you have kids.
Yeah, no matter what. Yeah. So kids are the hardest, right? So, I probably need to start doing that with my kids, like putting the information into the AI. Hey, is this going to trigger them to actually do what I want them to do? Or is this going to tripwire them to not do what I want them to do? But, guys, I think now, and this is why I think it's the best time for me to bring Esther in, is I've been constantly talking to people about the two things that you can focus on right now in the midst of the coronavirus and the pandemic and everything going on. Is sales is the most important. It's always sales and innovation. And then the second most important, and maybe they're right there along the same lines, is to keep more of your money, right? So, taking more money and putting it in the bank and keeping more money, those are the two things. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And so if you have less people to talk to, especially now with everything going on, it is crucial to learn and understand these people and to be able to help them get the most out of what they want. And as network marketers, I think one of the biggest things with them is, what do I need to do for my downline? If you understand your downline, you understand if they're a blueprint, they got to have a lot of information. Like, you've got to give them that system and where they need to go, right? And then actions, it's like, just tell me how I can make money. And I don't even want to understand the comp plan. I don't want to understand what the product does. I just want to know what it does. And I want to know that you're going to pay me. And then you go to town. And then you've got the nurturers. It's like, how can I help others? I want to always focus on what I can do to help others. And then the knowledge, literally the knowledge, is like, you can't give them enough information before they go and make a decision. But when they make it, and Esther taught me this, and I'm just sharing what Esther's taught me and Sherry over the last, 18 months, is that what they've taught me is that a knowledge person, like, you just keep giving them information. They're hard to make a decision, but once they make a decision, they stick with it. Right?
Yeah. And then because they did all the research, a lot of their knowledge friends will just blindly join you too right now. Because if one smart guy did all the research, then all the others will trust that person. So when you sign up one, there's a whole chance you can have a whole bus of them. But it takes a little longer. But you can have a one call close with the knowledge. You just have to give them the right information.
Yeah.
And to be willing to answer their questions. And they can ask very deep questions and stuff. And most of the time they ask questions, and they already have done the research about their own questions, so they already know the answer. They're just checking if you're the expert.
I love it. Yep.
So with network marketing, it's such a no-brainer to use the bank system in network marketing to help people really succeed and make more money, and give them the confidence, give them the tool and technology that works. And it's very simple and easy, but they need it because the basic training is necessary for every network marketing. Like, I love what Eric Worre does with GoPro. Like, they're just the basic training about recruiting and setting appointments and follow-up and sales and how to do presentation. It's basic training every network marketer should go through, apply, implement, and live by it. But now we're in 2020. It's also time to add technology to it, and the science of something brilliant that works and actually was invented in the industry. And the good news is we have so many network marketers joining us, and they love what we have. They see the results. And the best part, what's happening right now, is that it really helps people in their relationships. It's not just in the business. We get messages every day. The bank system actually helps to save my marriage through lockdown. And it helps me as a mom do the homeschooling based on their code. Because one of my children is a blueprint, and he just he wants to follow the rules. So if I tell him at 9 a.m. we start homeschooling and it's 9:05, he's totally freaked out because 9 a.m. is 9 a.m., right? So, but whatever you tell them, they will do it. Like, blueprints follow the rules, and they will follow the system, right? Then the action, they don't want to do the homeschooling at all, or homework or schooling at all. They just want to play in the yard. And how do you get an action to do the homeschooling and the homework? You have to give them an incentive. For the next 2 hours, you have to focus on your homeschooling. And when we're done, we're going outside and play soccer, right? So you have to give them something they can look forward to. Otherwise, you're arguing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the nurturers, the kids, they just want to feel you all the time. You're hugging. They miss their friends in school. They miss their teacher. So set up a little Skype call or Zoom call or FaceTime with the teacher and some of the friends from school, right? And the K kids, they're actually really happy. Just lock them up in the bedroom with a book and a computer, and they will do their own homework. But it really works. So it saves marriages. We are bringing this to school systems. We're bringing this to universities. We bring this to dating and marriage counseling concepts right now. Associations, foundations, charities. They all say, oh, I don't want to be in a business. I'm in a nonprofit. Yeah, nonprofit, you still have to make a profit to have a nonprofit, right? And the hardest sale is the donation. So if you run a foundation where you just want to give back, guess who the people are who are giving the donations? Freaking the A's, who can make a lot of money, and now they want to give back. Like, that is the hardest sale on the planet. This is
Right.
right? So it's just really interesting.
I love it. And that's the thing, what I love giving back and see, and I'll talk a little bit about one of the things that I got with who's the guy that did the white paper from San Francisco University?
Dr. Ryan Hall.
Yes. So Dr. Ryan, I got with him and I'm like, look, I talk about tax savings. I talk about freeing up money. Everything I talk about, it's like, I'll talk about how amazing Tony Robbins is and how amazing a Ben is. And I'm like, yep. And the best part is it's tax deductible, And so it's like, that's kind of become my thing. But, what I want people to understand is that putting money inside your mindset and growing your mindset, it is priceless. Yeah. What it can do for your business, but also what it can do for you as a mom. Bank has made me a better mom. It's made me a better employer. It's made me a better, what's the word? It's made me a better accountant because I can understand people because I'm an action. And the problem with being in action is that I just want people to listen to me and I don't have a lot of time. And so, and I'm always late, right? I'm always late. And so it was funny. I had somebody that called me just recently from bank and I could tell right away. She was so upset that I was like 5 minutes late. And I'm like, man, please tell me your bank code. And she told me, she's like, I'm a blueprint. And I was like, you can stop right there. I'm sorry. Like I had to completely.
And you should know, Courtney, that you should, when you schedule the appointment, that you also send the link right away and that they crack their code before you meet with them. And when you go to our company, they already know their bank code. So you should have asked when you make the appointment.
It was hilarious. And so that's what we're doing now. We're actually asking them to crack their code before we have a conversation with them, because then we know how we need to handle them throughout the whole entire process. And so, we don't ever typically lose a client because we've not been able to find them money. The only time that I've noticed that we've ever lost a client is when our communication skills don't match up to what they want. And it typically becomes that knowledge person. And all they want is more information. But as an action person, if I'm the one having the conversations with them, I'm very short. And it's not because I want to be, but because I constantly have appointments back to back. And I just want you to get it, right? I just want you to get it. Like, I'm going to give it to you one time. And that's all I want. Like, I just want you to understand it. And so it's super funny now that those knowledge people, I can actually get them on the phone with someone else and they can go through step by step and just give them the information again in a different, nicer tone. And then we don't lose a client. So it's been super beneficial for me. And, and as I continue to learn more, I'm actually going through the coaching program so that I can help my organization, help my employees learn how to talk to people better and learn how to build relationships better. So, I'm super excited about what Esther and Sherry have done. They have revolutionized the way that you learn how to understand people in a super simple way, like 90 seconds. So what I'm going to do after this is over, I'm going to do it when Esther starts talking, is that I'm going to give you a couple things here. And then I want to talk about some tax savings just for a second. But I'm going to give you a free download for my book, More Relaxing, Less Taxing. So you're just going to text a number. You're going to text bank to this number, and you're going to get 4 things. You're going to get a link to download my book for free. You're going to get a deduction spreadsheet. So, as a network marketer, if you have not, you don't know what you can write off, I'm going to give you that deduction spreadsheet. So that's for the blueprints, right? And then we're going to give, the other thing is a $99 tax strategy session. So if you want to talk with us and let us help you find some money and free up some money along the way, that's great. I'm going to give you that tax strategy session. But the last thing, and it is the most important, if you don't do anything else, is to click on the link and you'll download and crack your code. And what it's going to do, I thought was the most amazing thing. And just like Esther said in the beginning, actions love to talk about themselves. Maybe other personality types do too. But, it is going to literally give you I think it's a 12-page report about who you are and understanding why you do the things that you do and what your values are. And that is so helpful in helping you understand
how you relate to the other codes.
Yes.
So we added new content to the report. That's also how you show up for the other codes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And the other aspect of that is that, if you decide you want to be a part of what Esther and Sherry are doing, I'm sure we'll put in the link how to do that. Not in the link, but we can put it on in the tab here so that you know exactly what you can do to get started if you wanted to buy the AI, if you wanted to invest in their training program. So, and the thing is it's all tax deductible. And guess what?
Yeah, with the book.
Yes, this is her book. So this is Sherry's book that she wrote called Why They Buy. Order that today. That'll help you understand. I think 3 weeks ago, I actually read the book. So
it's almost for 18 months, just so you know.
I know. I'm such an action. It's so sad. But guys, what I'm trying to say is that, we need to fill our minds with information right now that can help us grow. And this is probably the best time to be able to increase your sales techniques. And it's not even about that. It's just understanding people and what they're going through and how they're going through it. And I think it also provides a level of empathy so that you don't just expect people to be like you and expect people to deal with things the way that you deal with them, because they can't, just because of their sheer personality type. So, I'm gonna let Esther take it away at the end here, but I want you to understand, one, anything that they offer is a tax deduction because it's all about marketing. It's about sales. It's about continuing education. And as you know, all of those things are a tax deduction. And, you may be a nurturer in this whole situation. And just what she said, they tend to be nonprofits. And the thing is that how many people are you hurting today by not sharing with them the product or the service that you have to offer? Because the biggest thing for me is that 46% of Americans didn't have an extra $400 to their name 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where do you think that they are today? People are dying. People are freaking out. People need help. And this may be an opportunity to start growing your network marketing business and sharing with people that maybe didn't have time before. They maybe didn't have the money before. And maybe this is the time to go out and share with them, but you have to be able to understand their code in order to talk to them in the situation that they're in currently.
Yeah. And so you're so right. And online, it's even harder because in a life situation, you can get a distraction from a restaurant or a Starbucks or something that happens, so you can get yourself back together when you have the feeling the conversation is not the right direction. But when it's online over Zoom or just texting on Messenger, however you do your business, you really get only one chance. And so you want to know their personality type, you want to know their bank code. It's literally simple. And in 20 years, not one person ever said no to the exercise of cracking their code. Like, people do it all the time. People are fascinated about themselves. They're curious. It only is 90 seconds, and it gives you so much information that really gives you such a high chance of having a great conversation, great connection. And our big mission of our company is one world, one language. We really want to help to connect the human race on a whole other level with less judgment, less bullying. We really want to start anti-bullying campaigns. We want to help to stop the high suicide rate, especially under teenagers. And the reason is they commit suicide is because they're not understood, they're not heard, they're not seen, and they don't feel the love. And they grew up with cell phones and iPads and computers, but they don't know how to connect. And bullying, before, when I was a child, bullying happened from 9 to 4. But when I came home, Stop. Now bullying is happening 24/7 because you're always on your device. Those kids are nonstop on their device, and if they don't get enough likes or enough comments or just one ugly comment, they are thrown off, and it will end in suicide. And it's a big problem we're having in the world. And Cher and I are working with several organizations also to stop the sex trafficking, like you, Courtney. And also, there's so many things we're doing in the world to help. And our passion is to help entrepreneurs, business owners, and network marketers to thrive in their business because you're representing a product you're proud of, and people should use it to have a better life. Then you're doing a disservice if you're not serving them and not selling to them. So you deserve to make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a great life. So if you have a simple tool and technology and training that can do it for you, then it's a no-brainer. And I'm proud to work closely and partner up with Courtney because as we say, we take it bank, and Courtney helps you to keep it in the bank, making it tax deductible, and also help you, advise you on how to spend your money as an entrepreneur and a marketer so you can leverage as much as possible from your income. And Courtney, I cannot say how proud I am of you, how amazing you are. I know you have your heart, I feel your heart. I know your action first, there is no doubt, but you have such a big heart, and you're just an amazing person. You're a real friend. And what you do for the industry is just amazing. And, I'm just happy to work with you. You're just always joyful and kind and loving. And your stuff, you're smart. And you have your system in place. Everybody should work with you. I recommend, at least if you have just for a strategy session, it's $99, but then you at least know if you are on track with your, how you run your business and your tax deductions. And how to run the next months of this year to make sure by the end of the year you spend enough money building your business.
Exactly.
So stupid taxes because we don't want to pay them.
No. And I would, last year I spent $85,000 being a platinum partner with Tony Robbins, and it was the greatest money I ever spent. And I definitely, the next step is to become a trainer and understand, only because I need the knowledge to become a trainer with Bank, because I need to understand people more. I need to be better connected with people because we're constantly selling ourselves. Like, today I was on the phone with Ray Higdon. I was on with Marina Worry yesterday. Last week I was on with Eric Worry, and the whole thing is just learning how to connect with people on a higher level so that we can all work together. See, guys, I truly believe that every one of us we can win, and we can all work together and create this massive ecosystem so that we can help each other. So if I know something, you should know about it, because I want to share that with the world. And, I've learned that I'm really good at taxes. I am not really good at a lot of other things. And so, that's one thing that I've had to deal with, especially in the last 6 months. I've gone from working from my home 6 months ago with 2 employees and 6 children and a dog and a husband to not enough. Right. And then in September, we had 13 employees working out of our home. We ended up moving to this location. I have 17 employees, and it's crazy because it's hard. It's really, it's hard to understand different personality types. It's hard to understand what their needs are and to be able to provide for them. And so, I'm so super excited that Esther's come on here today. I think we're going to, my new motto now, it was more relaxing, less taxing. And it's all about, it's more relaxing, less taxing for you than we take it on. And it's less taxing or it's more taxing and less relaxing for us. So I changed my motto. So I'm like, gosh, I feel like, I get more stressed and more stressed every day. But here's the thing, guys. Our focus in life should really be to help more, have more, do more, save more, and impact more. And if you focus on what's in everybody else's best interest, now I don't want you to be a nonprofit. That's not what we're talking about here. But if you focus on what everybody else needs, things just start happening. And so, the last thing I want to share with you is my passion and my heart. And that is to feed children. That is to free children. So we work with a nonprofit called Manna Relief. We feed for every dollar that comes in our accounting practice. We provide a serving of whole food, plant-based nutrition to children in need all over the world. And so we are feeding currently about 8,000 children every single day. And that's why I tell you, our business has grown in the last 2.5 years because of personal growth and development, because of the network marketing industry and the amazing people in it. And it's grown from $7,500 a month to $270,000 a month. And I'm not the number. I could care less about the money. And so it gets to a point where when you have a greater passion in life and a greater purpose, it's like you will constantly work. You will run through brick walls when you have a passion or a purpose on this planet. And I know exactly what my passion and my purpose is. That is to free up money. That is to find money for people and to help them have a better life. It is to feed children along the way. And then we work alongside Operation Underground Railroad. And what we do with them is they actually free children through sex trafficking. So about every 3 days, because of what we're bringing in, because we can now, because we're working so hard to free up money for people, we can free children through sex trafficking. So we free a child about every 3 days. And I'm just so super excited to share with you that this week, actually 2 days ago, I connected another nonprofit to that called The Last Well, and we're providing safe drinking water to every country, every village in Liberia. And guess what that did? Guys, I've never even thought about children not having safe drinking water. And in that country, in the last 12 years, a company called The Last Well has provided safe drinking water in every single village, and it's decreased sex trafficking by 87%. And that is crucial. The children were getting stolen on the way to go get fresh water for their family and never coming back. And so, I just want to create awareness for what's going on. If you don't have money, you can't give money. And we were put on this earth to change the world. I truly believe that every single person was put here for a reason. And you may not know what your reason is. You may not know what your passion or your purpose is. But what I know with Bank is that I can understand people clearly, more clearer. So I don't want to lose a client, not because of the money, because children die. And that's the way I feel about it every single day. It's like, oh gosh. And when my staff is upset, guess what? I tell them, and they will say to me now, somebody gets upset over the phone and they'll come back and they're like, okay, we just fed 600 children. And guys, you've got to figure out a way to take your passion and your purpose and your profits and match those and link those. And you've got to figure out a way to take more money and put it in your bank, which is exactly what Bank does. And the reason why is it may not be that you need any more money. It may be that your family needs it. It may be that, a child needs to be fed. So, I want you to understand we're going to help you keep it in the bank by giving you the tax strategy. And I'm just so super excited. I guess you can tell just a little bit how excited I am today. It's been an amazing, amazing day. And what we're going to do with the world, from here on out, it's just going to be revolutionary what we're going to do. So, Esther, I'm so excited that you were on this today. I've been waiting on this forever and a day, ever since I met you.
We tried this many times.
I know. And the one time, remember last August when we had to get on a plane and then we had to get on a shuttle and then we had
to. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
With
3 flights and then a ferry and then a horse ride.
You forgot the shuttle. So the flight to the shuttle, to the ferry, to the horse, to the hotel, it was craziness in Mackinac Island. So
that's so much fun, Courtney. That is what life is about. It's it's a journey of growing and building and helping people. And I think the more people you can help, the just more fulfilled you are. And living on this planet is not just having a job, making money, pay your bills. It is having a purpose and love what you do and learn and grow along the way and just enjoy the journey, because your destiny will change. Because when you grow, your destiny keeps moving forward too, because your impact will be bigger. So the journey is more important than the end outcome. But I know for a fact, the more money you make, the more people you can help, and your fulfillment level is gonna be through the roof. I go to bed happy every night. Yeah. I feel fulfilled. Cher and I always, before we go to bed, we share with each other 3 things we're grateful for. And also you wake up the next day, what can we do today better? How can we have a bigger impact today? And when you wake up with that mindset, then, you know, you only can have a great day. And I think life is too short to not have great days. And I just wish, especially network marketers, your opportunity right now is it's huge, especially when you have products that there's no shipping or distribution issues. Let's face that first. But I think the opportunity you have in a home-based business is going to save a lot of people's lives. So just reach out to them. Most people are not going to reach out to you because they don't know how. So it's your job to reach out to them and offer them a hand to help to build residual income. So they're not, you know, people are even afraid to go back to a job because when are you going to get fired again, right? Yeah. So I think we move into a world where we have way more entrepreneurs, business owners, and network marketers. And I think the network marketing industry will grow dramatically in the next few years. And it's a good industry. I love the industry. I love the people. I love the personal development in the industry. And I love how many network marketing companies and network marketers see the value of Bank and see the value Cher and I bring to the community of network marketers. We love people. We love the industry. And when I work with you, Courtney, like you're just, it's just so blissful to work with you. It's your energy, your joy, and we have the same mindset and the same, you know, goal in life. And it makes it very easy. And we just can just piggyback each other's intentions, and good people deserve to do a lot of good things and make a lot of money. So I have no problem with any of it.
I love you. Well, you know, I'm super excited that you were here, and I'm so glad that my audience got to share this. You got to share this information with them, and me just kind of share my story a little bit about how I've utilized Bank. And honestly, I wish I would have started utilizing it a year ago. I think life would have been a lot easier, understanding kids and understanding clients. I think that has been my biggest downfall, is just not understanding and having a lack of, you know, miscommunication. So I thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. I love you. And guys, I appreciate y'all listening in, and I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you so much.
And don't forget to crack your code.
Exactly. So text Bank to 855-949-1829. I've also put it in the comments. I'll put it in the caption as well. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Friday. Talk soon.
Have a great weekend, guys.